Traditional economy. Traditional economy is based largely on customs, traditions, and beliefs that have been passed down through generations. Economic roles and practices remain relatively the same over time. People typically engage in activities like farming, hunting, and gathering, using simple tools and methods. The barter system is common, and there is little emphasis on technological advancements or economic growth. Command economy. In a command economy, the government has significant control over the country's resources and makes decisions about production and allocation of goods and services. Industries are owned by the state, and government agencies set prices and determine quotas for production. This type of economy aims to use the country's resources to achieve political or ideological goals. Examples include the former Soviet Union and North Korea. Market economy. Market economy is characterized by private ownership and the free flow of goods and services based on supply and demand. Prices are determined in a free price system, and the laws of supply and demand guide economic activity. Businesses and consumers make decisions based on their interests and needs, which creates competition and innovation. Most of the world's economies, like the United States, operate under a market system. Mixed economy. Mixed economy features elements of both market and command economic systems. It allows private enterprise to exist alongside significant government regulation and potentially some state-owned industries. The government intervenes in the market to correct market failures and to offer services that the private sector is unable or unwilling to provide. Examples include most modern economies like those of the United Kingdom, Canada, and Sweden. Socialism. Socialism is an economic system where the government owns and manages the production resources, such as factories and machinery. The goal is to distribute wealth more evenly across society and to reduce inequality. This often involves high levels of state involvement in the economy, including redistribution of resources and provision of social services like healthcare and education. Communism. Communism is a more extreme form of socialism that seeks to create a classless society in which all property is publicly owned, and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs. There is no private ownership of productive assets, and the state plans and controls all economic activity. Historical examples include the communist regimes of the Soviet Union and Maoist China. Feudalism. Feudalism is a hierarchical system that existed in Europe during the Middle Ages, where society was divided into strict hierarchies, with a monarch at the top, followed by nobles, knights, and peasants. Land owned by the nobles was worked by the peasants or serfs who, in return for protection and the right to work the land, owed various dues and services to their lord. Mercantilism. Mercantilism is an economic theory that was popular in Europe from the 16th to the 18th century. It advocated for a positive balance of trade for a country through strict government control of the national economy, restricting imports and encouraging exports. It aimed to increase a nation's wealth by imposing government regulation concerning all of the nation's commercial interests. Capitalism. Capitalism is based on private ownership of the means of production and their operation for profit. Characteristics central to capitalism include private property, capital accumulation, wage labor, voluntary exchange, a price system, and competitive markets. It emphasizes minimal government intervention in the economy, although governments do regulate or intervene in the market, usually to ensure market competition and protect property rights. Gift economy. Gift economy involves the exchange of goods and services without explicit agreement for immediate or future quid pro quo exchanges. Transactions in a gift economy are characterized by a mutual expectation of giving, receiving, and reciprocating, which may not involve a specific time frame or commodity. Participatory economy. Participatory economy, or Paracon for short, is a theoretical economic system proposed as an alternative to contemporary capitalism. It values equity, solidarity, diversity, and participatory self-management. The economy is planned by decentralized councils of workers and consumers who make production and consumption decisions in a collective and democratic manner. Green economy. Green economy results in improved human well-being and social equity, while significantly reducing environmental risks and ecological scarcities. It is low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive. It aims to benefit the present generation without compromising the needs of future generations, integrating economic, environmental, and social aspects of sustainability. Gig economy. Gig economy is based on flexible, temporary, or freelance jobs, often involving connecting with clients or customers through an online platform. Workers in the gig economy can work as freelancers, independent professionals, or temporary contract workers, such as Uber drivers or freelance graphic designers. It's characterized by short-term employment relationships and transactions, as opposed to permanent jobs. Digital economy. Digital economy refers to an economy that is based on digital computing technologies. It constitutes the economic activity that results from billions of everyday online connections among people, businesses, devices, data, and processes. The backbone of the digital economy is hyperconnectivity, which means growing connectivity among people, organizations, machines, and devices. Informal economy. Informal economy includes economic activities that are not covered or protected by formal arrangements or are outside the formal sector regulations. Participants engage in the production and distribution of goods and services, legal or illegal, that are not monitored by any form of government. Examples include street vendors, domestic workers, and unregistered small businesses. Dual economy. Dual economy is the coexistence of different economic sectors within one country, typically a developed sector that is part of the global economy, and an undeveloped, often subsistence sector. This concept often applies to developing countries where the economy is divided into sectors with different levels of technology and wage levels. Planned economy. Planned economy is one in which the government controls all major aspects of the economy and economic production. The government, rather than the free market, determines what goods should be produced, the production amounts, the prices of goods, and where they should be sold. Planned economies oppose the laissez-faire of capitalism. Corporatist economy. Corporatist economy integrates interest groups into the decision-making process. The state mediates between different interest groups, like labor, employers, and other societal groups, with the government making decisions after consultation with these groups. This system can be found in variations across different political systems and is often associated with social market economies. Global economy. Global economy encompasses all the economic activities that transact across international borders in a highly interconnected and interdependent world. It involves the movement of goods, services, technology, capital, and labor across different countries, and has expanded significantly with globalization, facilitated by advances in technology and telecommunications. Subsistence economy. In a subsistence economy, people meet their needs from their own labor rather than relying on the exchange of goods. Individuals and families produce food, clothing, and shelter for themselves, and do not engage in trade except for surplus goods. This type of economy is typically found in agricultural or rural societies. Sharing economy. Sharing economy is an economic model defined by the sharing of personal assets or services between private individuals, either free or for a fee, typically arranged via the internet. This can include sharing houses, Airbnb, cars, Uber, or even personal time for tasks. Knowledge economy. Knowledge economy is based on the production, distribution, and use of knowledge and information, rather than the production of goods. It is characterized by a high proportion of knowledge-based activities and professions. In a knowledge economy, growth is dependent on the quantity, quality, and accessibility of the information available, rather than the means of production. Economies that are primarily knowledge-based often focus heavily on education, innovation, and investing in intellectual capital. Barter economy. Barter economy involves the exchange of goods and services directly for other goods and services without using money. It relies on a mutual agreement between parties for the direct trade of items to fulfill needs. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content like this.